America's the greatest country in the world, the greatest country there's ever been. And people kick it, and they're enjoying the fruits of this country, the fruits of people who died and suffered to build America. And all they know to do is criticize this country, and it's wrong. I was in college, and Black America was on fire for rights. Dr. King was such a great, inspiring leader. And when he would come to Nashville, he and other civil rights workers, when they would come to Nashville, thousands of blacks marched.
We don't need to amend the Constitution.
No, sir.
Ain't gonna abide by it, no way. If you won't abide by this,
That's the Constitution. That's the Constitution.
hear me, Mr. Chairman, if they won't abide by this, they're not gonna abide by that.
No, sir.
I grew up under great men. I watched them. I could tell you all about them. I studied them, their failures, their mistakes, the things they did great. And God blessed me to be with Bishop Joe Patterson, who was the presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ. I was his assistant pastor. To work with Oral Roberts and Richard Roberts. They meant so much. I learned so much at that university, and they were so kind to me. My whole life has been with people.
That's right.
With great people, and for some reason, God blessed me to meet some very great leaders. People have been so kind to us. He does not just attack black people. He attacks anybody, and you know it.
I think my husband's one of the most misunderstood men out there.
As a Christian, you're saying he attacks anyone. It sounds like you're condoning attacks. Is that Christianly or godly?
He gets a lot of heat for speaking the truth.
I'm not condoning anything. I'm stating a statement of fact. I'm not his judge.
You would have no idea of the amount of hate mail we get, social media posts.
I was criticized then, and I'm criticized now, directly or indirectly.
Nasty things, assuming that he's getting paid, or where somebody's pawn or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he stands on principle, not personality.
Everybody's pointing to politicians. Politicians, they have something to do with it, but the ministers, the families, has more to do with it than politicians. I was in the original civil rights movement, the real civil rights movement. This is no civil rights movement. This is a bully movement. But I'm marching again. And this time I'm marching to defend marriage between a man and a woman. Thank you. In the civil rights movement, I stood for what was right. It was wrong for us to be treated the way we were. It wasn't black or white. It was wrong to treat any human less than human. I came out against President Obama and condemned him for supporting same-sex marriage. All of a sudden, I was known all over the country, the man who stood against Obama. And I didn't march 1 inch, 1 foot, 1 yard for a man to marry a man and a woman to marry a woman. The African-American family and community have been under assault from all sides. Abortion, single-family household, poverty, and a failing education system. And I tell you today that every family in America can't take any more.
Our work standing in the gap has taken us to the White House, the Vatican, and we have met countless of governors and senators and faith and civic leaders. We have built multicultural coalitions to continue to work on important policy issues of our day as we strive to do our part to stand in the gap for the next generation. Today, I'm announcing that our board has decided that in order to be more inclusive and reflect the core of our organization, we are changing our name to Coalition of Americans for Action and Principles.
So we should know what's being taught in our children's grandchildren, if you don't have any school-age children, classrooms. Focus on civics over diversity training. How about that?
We're tackling critical race theory, expanding our grassroots network to include all people. We will be turning our attention to our first love, education. We will focus on education reform issues and working with key stakeholders through our Mission Education Initiative, which seeks to meet the non-academic needs of students and their families. We have always had big plans here at CAAP. We have been able to continue this work for many years because of our faithful partners and donors. We need more corporations and big donors to help us execute our plans by funding us. We have learned how to operate on a thin budget, but I want to ask you to please come alongside me and help me as I lead the only Black female-led pro-life family organization in this area. My husband has been the visionary and face of our organization for many years, but he is ready to pass the baton, and I'm so pleased and overjoyed that I can carry on his legacy and continue standing in the gap for you and our Christian values. I sure hope you will commit to standing with me as we prepare to stand in the gap for our friends, neighbors, community, city, state, and our nation. I ask you, will you stand with me?